Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching SAMAA News. Here are today's headlines. Iran and Oman have finalised the general framework of their agreement. According to the Islamic Republic news agency, Hassan Ghashgavi, the spokesperson of Iranian Parliament's National Security Commission, said the final text and details will be announced soon. He added that implementation of the agreement remains subject to final approval at the highest decision-making levels. Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson Esmail Baghai had said on Wednesday a joint statement between Tehran and Muscat was under review and in the final drafting stage. A US official has reported progress between Iran and Oman that may soon reopen the Strait of Hormuz, potentially restoring oil exports that have been disrupted by the 5-month-old US war with Iran. The official said Washington anticipated an agreement soon between the two countries so that normal oil traffic could resume. He said, once the deal is announced to restore commercial shipping without impediments, the United States will lift the blockade of Iranian ports. US President Donald Trump says he expects the war with Iran to end pretty soon, expressing confidence that Tehran cannot sustain the conflict much longer. Speaking at the White House, Trump said negotiations were progressing and suggested a resolution could come soon as diplomatic efforts continue over reopening the Strait of Hormuz. Trump also rejected reports of US ammunition shortages, saying the military has massive amounts of ammunition, while acknowledging supplies of some weapons are tighter. He added that US defense companies are expanding production of Patriot and Tomahawk missiles. Meanwhile, Iran's parliament speaker, Bagher Ghalibaf, accuses US President Donald Trump of using theater diplomacy, saying Washington alternates between military threats and offers of negotiations to pressure Tehran. In a post on X, Ghalibaf said threats, broken promises, and misinformation would not force Iran to compromise, urging the United States to honor its commitments. His remarks came after Trump claimed a deal with Iran was close and said he had cancelled a planned large-scale attack. Despite ongoing discussions over reopening the Strait of Hormuz, Iranian officials insist they are prepared for a prolonged conflict if necessary. Iran's Deputy Foreign Minister Kazem Garibabadi has said that diplomacy must continue during wartime, but insists its language and messaging must match battlefield conditions. In an interview, he warned that showing unnecessary flexibility toward the United States and the West would only encourage greater demands, adding that diplomacy and military operations must remain fully coordinated. US House Democrats are preparing for a possible return to power, are developing a broad investigative strategy targeting companies and financial firms surrounding President Donald Trump, instead of trying to impeach him immediately. Senior Democrats in the US House of Representatives and committee aides have discussed using hearings, subpoenas, and document requests to obtain records from entities tied to Trump's political and business orbit. It is a bet that investigating private companies and outside financial players will prove more fruitful than directly confronting a White House they expect to resist oversight. US Senate Republicans have narrowly confirmed Todd Blanche to be President Donald Trump's Attorney General, capping one of the most contentious cabinet fights of Trump's second term, after bipartisan concerns over Blanche's independence nearly derailed the nomination. Blanche won confirmation in a 50-49 vote, with Republican Senators Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski opposing him. Senator Bill Cassidy was the deciding vote, after announcing Friday he thought Blanche was the best option Trump would put forward. Yemen's Iran-aligned Houthis have launched ballistic missiles and drones at displacement camps and residential neighborhoods in the city of Marib, killing 2 people and wounding 14. The Houthis said they targeted Saudi-backed forces, depots, vehicles, and military equipment at Yemen's San al-Jin camp in Marib with missiles and drones. Yemen's army said it had responded against Houthi forces on several fronts along the lines of contact. It further said it would respond to any further targeting of its units with what it called necessary military measures.
The United Nations has said that fighting between Israel and Hezbollah has reached its highest level since late June. UN peacekeepers recorded 120 Israeli projectiles in a single day, along with dozens of airspace violations and airstrikes in southern Lebanon. The UN says no Hezbollah projectile launches were detected during the same period.
Typhoon Dolphin has lashed Japan's southern Okinawa prefecture, injuring 6 people and cutting power to more than 50,000 buildings, while China shut ports and halted ferries ahead of the storm's expected arrival on its east coast. 5 elderly people, 3 of whom fell due to strong winds, suffered non-life-threatening injuries in Okinawa, while another person was injured in Kagoshima prefecture. Nearly 39,000 buildings were without power in Kagoshima, while just over 12,000 were affected in Okinawa. The typhoon had maximum sustained winds of 162 kilometers per hour, with gusts reaching 216 kilometers per hour. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.samaa.tv. Thank you for watching SAMAA News.